So here's a quick little tackle news video for you guys. Okay, so the first surprise reel that we're going to start out with is the Shimano SLX DC. And you heard me correct, the Shimano SLX DC. Now, a subscriber told me about this reel a week ago, and he sent a picture of it to back it up as well. And yes, there appears to be a Shimano SLX DC coming. And it looks like it's only going to be for the South African market, from what I can tell. Now, from this one and only picture, it appears that the SLX DC is going to be just a rebadged and repainted Corrado DC, as you can see from the side plate. It does not appear to be using the current SLX body. So we're just going to have to wait and see for the official specs to see if there's going to be any kind of difference between it and the Corrado DC. Now, speaking of the SLX, my SLX MGL is on its way from Japan as we speak, so there's going to be a lot of SLX content coming soon in the next couple of weeks, including the SLX MGL unboxing. So next up is probably the worst kept secret in fishing, the new Shimano Stratic FL. Now, this is replacing the silver Stratic FK, not the really popular selling Stratic CI4 Plus. So I guess the CI4 Plus is going to be updated next year instead of this year. So the big changes for the Stratic FL is the inclusion of several higher end technologies that have only appeared in Shimano's most expensive spinning reels so far, like the Stella and the Vanquish. And those techs are the Micro Module 2 gears, the Silent Drive, the X Protect, and the Long Stroke Spool. And it's also getting a small rate reduction as well. Now, I'm sure this is going to be released at ICAST this summer, and the price is probably going to stay around the low $200-ish mark. So that's good news for all the Stratic fans who were waiting for an update. So the next reel we're going to talk about is a new flagship reel from 13 Fishing called the Boss. Now, as you can see by these pictures, it's painted all black, and luckily it's a shiny black instead of the matte black we've been seeing in so many reels these days. Now, 13 Fishing previously had another flagship reel called the Concept KP, which in my opinion was overpriced at $500. Now, that reel was made of magnesium, but it still used the same outdated braking system as all the other lower priced 13 Fishing reels. Now, the good news with the Boss is that it's $100 cheaper than the KP at $400, but the bad news is that it's still using that same old braking system with no external fine-tuning adjustment. So because of that, I still think that it's going to be overpriced for what you get. Now, the Boss is going to have the CZB Comp spool bushings and come in two ratios, 6.6 and 8:1. Now, both ratios will have carbon fiber handles, but the 6.6 will have a 100mm handle paired up with these big power knobs, while the 8.1 will have a 90mm handle and features some pretty slick looking carbon fiber knobs. Now, these are listed at Tackle Warehouse with a mid-June expected arrival date. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is a much needed thumb bar upgrade for the Shimano Bantam and the 2019 Antares. These two reels represent a trend at Shimano to make their thumb bars smaller and have less surface area, and I think this is a mistake, and apparently so does the maker of these thumb bars. As you can see, it's made of aluminum, and I believe there's a polished version to match the shiny finish of the Antares. Now, these are going to be pretty pricey, probably at least $100 a piece, and available at Hedgehog Studios. So that's all the tackle news I found interesting for now, but be on the lookout for an SLX versus SLX XT casting video very, very soon. Okay guys, thanks a lot.